So we're going to pick apart this High Court writ, or what appears on the face of it to look like a High Court writ, but it is not. Let's deep dive it. So this is how we're going to pick documents apart like this. Now, initially they look very threatening, don't they? Oh my God, it's a High Court writ. They're coming to take goods. Well, as we've said before, you don't have goods in your dwelling. It's your home. You are not in commerce. So this is the first distinction. So the first question we need to ask is, which court? Because the name on this document is High Court Writ Recovery. Now this is important because that is a company. It's a recovery company. It isn't a High Court writ. So when you receive this, you think it's from the High Court for a second, but it isn't. It's from High Court Writ Recovery. See the company number and the VAT number at the bottom of the page. Now, you're not allowed to be billed unless you've received a true bill that you can discharge from a company under the Companies Act. This is a company. So who are they? Let's have a look at the wording. So it says Notice of Enforcement. And have a look at all those capital letters. So this is a private debt company that has been instructed by the utility company. In this case, Scottish Power here. So as we look at this notice of enforcement, so it's a notice of enforcement. It's nothing to do with the High Court. It's not come from a court. I would pretty much guarantee you it's never seen a court where a judge has applied his mind to the case. A High Court writ, a true High Court writ, would be stamped, sealed, you know, the court stamp, the red wax seal, and then the signature of the judge applying his mind on his oath or bond to the case. We don't have that here. This is a trick. So if we look at the capital letters and we know what the capital letters are, this is your Capitus Maximus. This is the person. This is the persona, the person of significant control of a company. And have a look at the date issue, 26th of Feb 2026. Well, what is that? That's grammatically incorrect. What is 2026? We would say on this day, the 26th of February 2026, and we would write it in English. That's numbers on a page, and we can see that there's capital letters, lowercase text, bold text, abbreviations, numbers. Now in quantum grammar, we know that if you have two or more grammar styles on one document, under Chicago manual style, it becomes babble. Babylon. It's nonsense on the page. Capitals, bold numbers, abbreviations, etc. So something else to observe there on the document. Let's have a look at the next big thing. Look at the boxes. What are these boxes? Now there's a rule in legal called the four corner rule. So anything boxed is not on the page. Now, let that sink in. Everything boxed is not on the page. Everything boxed is fiction. It looks real, but according to that rule it is not. A lawful document should be a single skin document. And the next point, as we've kind of already really iterated, High Court Writ Recovery is a trading style of enforcement group limited. There you go. Thank you very much. This is evidence, and we will keep it as such. Registered in England and Wales. Dum bum bum bum. So again, it's a company. Next point. So obviously it's Scottish Power here. So if you see my video on utilities, our utilities are prepaid from our trust accounts 5 years in advance. Then we get sent a statement of account, not a true bill, and we repay them again. Now, means again. You know, you're paying twice. So it's called double dipping. A true bill as a creditor can be discharged, but a statement of account isn't a bill. So this is why you'll always get a statement of account. This is why they encourage you to pay, inverted commas, by direct debit, because every time you use a direct debit you abandon a credit in the banking system. This is why the banks always want to say to you, move your bank over to us, you move your account, we'll give you £100. It's very generous of them, isn't it? Because they sweep up all your securities in the background when you change accounts, because you abandon a credit every time you use a debit. Credit and debit being the same thing. But anyway, I digress. It's a different video. So again, we know that the all caps name represents the debtor. Now the next point is there's an issue of data protection here. Scottish Power Energy Retail Limited has sent your data to High Court Writ Recovery. Now these are two private companies fiddling around with your data, and your data is your private property, your intellectual property. You are the data subject. Now, in a digital war, trust me, data is the commodity. Data now has superseded oil, gas, yada, yada, yada. It's the highest commodity out there. That's why they love their cookies and they love to track you. Because when we put all our data onto corporate servers, they then own it. And that's how they do it. They utilise our data to track us, etc. And when they want digital slavery, that is the way. That's the way to do it. So, next point: electricity. What actually is electricity? So, it's one of the laws of thermodynamics that energy cannot be destroyed or created. Electricity simply runs through the system. And as we know, what you are paying for is the meter usage. You are not paying for the electricity itself. They can only charge you for the meters. See my video on utilities explaining how that system was implemented by the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, banking fraternity, and so on. So this is how we pick documents like this apart. We read them, we question them, we break them down, and then we get to what we are actually looking at. It's fear and force that keeps the working man in line. So, click subscribe. It's 99p. And in Carly's Codex, you can get the keys to the kingdom.